Fundamentally, what Sierra has allowed us to do is to be more creative and to focus our energies increasingly on slightly fewer titles, so that we can make each one of those much bigger and better. I think often as a smaller company we had a lot of pressures on us, and the risk of any one product failing was such that we did quite a lot of product projects, making each one that much smaller. That has now changed, and we're now doing bigger, better titles, but fewer of them, just making sure that each one counts. I think the quarterly pressures exist, there's no question about that, but as a private company, you have the greater pressure of having to meet payroll with a smaller bank balance, and I think the quarterly pressures are much better than that. Sierra is a very strong company, and so there is never any cash flow pressure which forces you to release a product before you're ready. I think we work hard to be accurate with our simulations, but at the same time we always try to pick out the elements of those simulations, the areas of the subject matter that we think have a lot of appeal to our user. We make sure that fun is first and foremost, and is preferable in fact to accuracy. Wherever there's a conflict, we'll choose the fun side rather than the accurate side. We try to make sure that our simulations are graphically more rich and more exciting than our competitors, and I think that's something we achieve very well. We have some exciting projects coming out. The next one for us is a game called Robert E. Lee's Civil War General, and that takes a series of Civil War battles, accurately simulated, but allows the user to recreate those and possibly even to change history. There's a campaign game, the battles are linked together, and the player will be able to really feel like he's in charge of the whole army of Northern Virginia, and maybe even take Washington. There's a fictional battle for Washington which we've added to simulate the possibility of the South actually winning the war. The differences between Lords of the Realm 2 and Lords of the Realm 1 are much bigger in fact than the upgrades we did to Caesar 2 from Caesar 1. It's audio-visually spectacular, like nothing ever seen in strategy gaming today. The interface is radically improved, and the game has really been opened up to a much wider audience. It focuses heavily on the fun aspects. Our game actually has little people walking around. You can see the results of your actions instantaneously as you change the way your city is built. And there's also real-time combat that I think is a nice little adjunct, and as a nice refreshing change. Very definitely, Caesar 3 is already being discussed, and there are many different ways we could go with it, and we're trying to work out right now which way we think we will go. Caesar is one of our flagship titles, and we'll continue. As you know, Sierra has some contacts with an online gaming company called INN, currently part of AT&T, and they are talking to us, and we're talking to them about a number of possibilities for online games. We're talking about Caesar and seeing if we can make that into a multiplayer game. We're certainly talking about Lords of the Realm 2 being a multiplayer game. Lords of the Realm includes support for modem play and local area network support as well, and we're hoping to make it play over the internet. Civil War General is a modem play game as well, and we're also hoping to make that playable over the internet. That will continue. That's a big part of our future.